Welcome to the open book, where every voice matters. Every story got layers, and every conversation opens something new. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective shows. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. Late night talks with the smooth bass knocking. Whole room tuned when the topics dropping. Authors, culture, real life views. Open book vibes bring a whole new groove. No fake energy when the dialogue starts. Different perspectives play a major part. From page to podcast, the vibes stay deep. Real conversations every single week. Welcome to the open book, where the real conversations flow. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every story got meaning. Every perspective show. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. Every chapter different. Every voice got purpose. Every voice got purpose. Turn the page.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a terrific Tuesday. Y'all, let me know if my audio is good. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, y'all, it cut off. I was like, gosh darn it. Okay, make sure y'all can hear me. Also, make sure you hit that like button. It is for free. Thank you, Irma. It is for free. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the chat or the description field of this video. Also, this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. All right, let's see who we have here so far. Hey, Sheila, welcome, and thank you for being first in the building. I saw you getting your jam on. Okay. Hey, Karen Michelle, good morning, sis. Thank you for tapping in. Hi, Smiley, good morning. Thank you for joining. Buttercup is in the building. She said, happy Turn It Around Tuesday. Open book and chat. Okay. Hey, Teresa, good morning. Thank you for joining. Cindy is in the building. Pepper Pine is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Clarinetta, welcome. Irma is in the building. Good morning. Thank you for tapping in. Hey, Phenomenal Scorpio. Thank you for joining, sis. Hey, Verb. Good morning. Welcome. Des D is in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, HGY is in the building as well. Thank y'all for coming on in. Simone, good morning to you. Thank you all for joining on this Tuesday morning. Thank y'all for hitting that like button as you come on in. We have a few things that we are going to go through today. Now, if you did not tap in, hey, Taybay, good morning. If you have not tapped into yesterday's live, make sure you check out yesterday's live. Y'all, we cut up towards the end of that live. Y'all made me feel 100% better yesterday. I was a little under the weather, but after laughing the way we did, I was thinking about that this morning. I got up, I'm like, whoa, I got a chance to fold some clothes and everything. I think I must have needed that laughter. It's like a medicine, child. If you're feeling bad today, make sure you get a little laughter. Okay, you'll start feeling better. Hey, Ann, good morning, all the way from Minnesota. Thank you for joining. Cakes Blessed is in the building. Hey, Felicia, good morning. Shout out to Taybay coming through with the flower this morning. Thank you, sis, and thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Yes, Cakes Blessed. I did see that. I kind of tapped on into that on yesterday. Hey, beautiful dreamer, welcome. I did tap into that yesterday. I don't know what to say about that letter. You know, it just seems like some of the narratives that we've heard thus far. It's almost like someone is just trying to add on to it. I don't know how authentic it is and where it came from. So that's why I really haven't shown it yet. Certain things I just question and I'll see where it goes. And then I may come back to it. But it didn't sound like it was from Nolan. I don't know if someone was trying to add on to that Evan swim party, the pool party. Um, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Grand Rising, Sonya, welcome. Yes, laughter is good for the soul. Holla at your girl is in the building. Okay, so beautiful dreamer. She said the sus too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious about the source. Right, right. Mm-hmm. Yes, yesterday was too funny. I said, please stop open booking in my stomach. Yeah, I woke up tickled at the Real House Bros of Ocean Springs. I said, now who gonna be the next guest? Okay. That thing tickled me yesterday. That's what they acting like. Okay, did Kathy come on back? We're waiting on Kathy to tune in. Kathy, are you in attendance over in the bushes? Y'all, Kathy had me tickled too. Hey, Greg, Wyatt was supposed to be Nolan's brother's keeper. He was the closest to Nolan's family. I believe the letter is fact, and the boating and towing are the decoys. Okay, so you believe the letter. Okay. Hey, Laquanda, looks like the girls are developing a new narrative for themselves with the letter. Oh, okay. So you think they're trying to, okay. Well, see, y'all know we haven't even heard from the or the names of the girls that were actually on the boat yet. But this morning, y'all, I told y'all yesterday that there were going to be new characters. Well, there's a new character unlocked that we're going to get into. Hey, Kim, on today. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's too much. It's a new character every day, and we still don't know the truth. Okay, what is up with all these character witnesses, and nobody has come forward to tell us the truth? Okay, we need to talk to all the boys like Carter and Brooks. Okay, let's see. Irma said you hear Secret Service Sam figured out some stuff with Simpson's boat. Allegedly, they pulled a boat switch for investigation. Oh, really? I hadn't even seen that. Okay, shout out to Cakes Bless for another flower. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. That's how you have to handle them like the clowns that they are. Okay. NW Pool Party came out before the boat stuff came out. Okay, technically I cannot take the letter as fact, but I am not dismissing it. Right, right. I'm not going to dismiss it. Hey, Georgia Peach. I'm not going to dismiss it. Y'all know how we do. I kind of bookmark it in case something comes up later that we need to kind of go back to with that letter. It's almost like certain things, if they see you getting close to the truth, and we're going to get into that because y'all, Nerdy Pink Panda, she was getting so close to a lot of truth. She's made so many connections, unexpected connections, right? And I think it really hit home when she brought up Carter and when she brought up Brooks. These are people we had not heard about that were there. And something else that stood out to me too, when she talked about those pictures and how we got to get up to 30 names, girl, okay? When she started talking about the pictures and them putting, allegedly putting the pictures through Chat GPT so that it would not show a reflection of the person taking the picture. Because remember, that person sent that to Christine, okay, allegedly from the camera. So she has a great eye for detail, matching up swimsuits and all of that. So she has a backup channel, and I'll show you all her backup channel for those of you who don't know the backup channel. But she came out yesterday and she did a video, and she said that if y'all are seeing this video, that means that they pretty much got her other main big channel. And I felt, you could see it on her face, like she just wanted to cry. I felt so bad for her because it's sad that when you're trying to get to the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells, sometimes comes with a cost. Not everyone is going to be happy. You will get the racist comments. You're going to get the trolls. Some people are getting strikes against their videos. There's a guy on Facebook also, Bless Woodson. And so, but he's been putting the fire up under Teshema and Javon, child. Well, he showed yesterday that everything he puts out, hey Tracy, hi Karen, everything that he puts out, y'all, they took down. Facebook took down and said it was hateful conduct. So his videos, as he's putting them up, are just being taken right back down. So I mean, it is definitely kind of like a censor. And something else that Nerdy Pink Panda exposed was the connection between that turning point and then all of those officials and so forth. Y'all, they were probably looking to see how they could get rid of her channel even then. Okay, but I'm just hoping there is an appeal in that she can get her main channel back, because when you work so hard to become monetized and grow your followers and all of that, that thing hurts you to your core. Okay, when you're just trying to, do your due diligence, and she doesn't have to. It's something she wanted to. She has a very keen eye. I love the way her excitement and the way she thinks. And people were really going over there and following her content. They did not like that though, y'all. They did not like that. And so I don't know what reasons they gave to TikTok. So I know she had came out the other day saying that she had 4, I guess, strikes, they call them on TikTok. I'm not big over on TikTok like that, so I don't know the process. People were telling her to come to YouTube. Sometimes you can get away with more than you could on TikTok and Facebook. So I don't know. I don't know if she's going to start a YouTube channel or anything. No, her backup is still there. Hey, Camashir, welcome. Remember what Al Sharpton said about throwing that brick when someone hollers, you hit something. Okay, come on now. You right. We need the camera that was taking all these pics. Right, Irma, that's a good point. Okay, every time someone gets close to a case, they shut the door in their face. Right, exactly. They're going to attack her because she's been spitting truth. They can't have that. Right. Yeah, she was breaking down a lot of things, even about the boat too, y'all. Nerdy cooked them. And I remember on her last big video, she said, all right, y'all, let me cook. I thought that was so cute because she was cooking, and she has that excitement. She's into all of her stuff. Man, as well as the woman who exposed the smoking gun that Seatow called. Oh yeah, they were coming for her. They still coming for her. Hey, Philly girl, welcome. Heal the World is in the building. Thank you so much for tapping in. Yes, and speaking of that too, Irma, with her, y'all, she was exposing a lot of things with the upper lipper, the epilipper files. Okay, I don't know if y'all knew about that. And she was just saying that she was going to start bringing back some of her work, those videos. So I don't know if they got scared because of that as well. Y'all, this thing goes deep. Okay, people need to stand up for her. Social media going to support her if you show her content on your channel, because this can happen to it can happen to a lot of people. The news channels are starting to follow her. Oh, really, Irma? I didn't know that. Hey, Virgo lady, welcome. It was all mapping out with her points. Right. Good morning, Zoe. Kathy, are you coming back? Wait a minute, Zoe, don't have me tickle this early. She said, "Obi slapped the dude running me out of here." Yeah, we were trying to get one of the trolls saved yesterday, child. Okay, we're trying to lead her to Christ. Hey, Shirley. Yes, her big one. We're going to get into it. Her big channel, they banned it from TikTok. I did too. It's so sad. She made those people nervous. Child. Hey, T Lady Boogie, good morning. All right, I'm thinking I'm getting to the end. England in the house. Paul is back. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hey, Sister Knight, does anyone know the supposed time of the last photo of who they saying is Nolan, the one on the back of the boat getting into that? I don't think is Nolan though, y'all. I think it was another guy that they showed him. He kind of had on some similar looking shorts, a taller guy. I don't believe that was Nolan though, but I don't know the timestamp of that. No. Let's see. Hey Sherry, good morning. Yeah, we were trying to we asked her, did she know the Lord? She hung in here with us. Okay. She might be back today, y'all. I think she might be back. I think she liked it over here. You know, some of them come in playing like they don't like it and all of that. Nah, y'all like it over here. Y'all know we cut up, we laugh, we let everyone voice their opinion, and y'all know we're not crazy. Okay. So please stop with all of that. She liked it over here. Okay. Jesse, please don't come in here telling me what to do. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support and you chiming in. But some of my supporters like to be welcome when they come into the chat. And hey, that's what I do. Okay. That's a part of my gifts and talents the Lord blessed me with, is to have a spirit of hospitality. Okay. So if you don't like that, what you can do is just come on back if you prefer, so that you can get into the content part. Because I was just about to move into that. Okay. But please don't do that. Okay. Thank you for joining. It's time. And I'm reading comments as well. All of this is not me just speaking. So the people got something to say. I want to see what the people got to say. Okay, please don't do that. It's time to stand out, because they may try to cancel or buy YouTube. Then what Black politicians need to send a letter to the Justice Department that oversee freedom of speech. Okay. Cameron Sure says she in the bushes taking notes, child. Okay. Paul said, can you not remember the boy's lawyer said they not snitching? Remember, I think they are. Uh-huh. Now he need to be baptized. Do we need to get another one say, let's lead another one to Christ this morning? Okay. See, Sheila said y'all love the greetings. Now, some people don't. Okay. I'm going to be honest. Some people like, come on, open book. Let's get to it. It's just my natural personality. You know, I like people to feel welcome. Because you know what? When I go to certain people's chats, sometimes they don't even acknowledge, you know, or say anything. And the whole time you in there, you just talking and nobody really says nothing to you. It just feels so impersonal. I like the open book to feel personable. That's just how I am. Okay. All right. Now let's really get into it. Now on tomorrow, it is Nolan's birthday, right? And we said yesterday, shoot, his friends and brothers need to tell the truth for his birthday. Get Nolan some justice, okay? They need to tell the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells. Lord, I'm gonna I'm gonna be quiet because about open book, we would take it there with anybody disrespecting her. Yeah, and I got what he said, because some people like that. But thank you, Clear Nelly. Yeah, they like, girl, come on. Even one of my own mods, she gave me some constructive feedback, and she was like, open book, shorten the greens. Shorten the greens. You could just do a whole welcome in the middle of the So that was one of the mods even said that one day. But y'all know, for one, I'm nosy, so I like to see what y'all see. I like to see what y'all saying. And I'm just a natural. If you met me in person, this is my personality in real life. I like to laugh. I like to smile. And I like to make people feel better. You never know who needs to come in here. Like yesterday, some people said they needed that laughter. You never know who's coming into your chat. Okay. So, hey, we have fun. We know how to get serious and all of that. So, yeah, I think Kathy was pleasantly surprised by how kind you were to her. And she'll be back. Okay. Thank you so much, Virgo lady. I appreciate that. Thank you. Holla at your girl. Okay. I love y'all as well. Okay. Well, this is how you do it on your channel. Yeah. All right. So let's do this. Okay. Right, Jesse. Now I do agree with that. Yeah. If Nolan has died of drowning, why are they attacking the lady? Exactly. I do agree with that. Kathy ain't never been to the barbecue. I don't know if Kathy want to come to that barbecue. Hey, Queen Shailene. Now, the first thing we're going to tap into, y'all, is a real life dispatcher that he is going to kind of break down what he felt about the Seatow call. Okay, we're going to hear that Seatow call again in its entirety. And he is actually going to break down if he felt that they were, you know, serious, if they were serious or not. This is Matt Johnson. This guy's name is Brandon Hall. Okay. He is with Music City 911. So, you know, 911 dispatchers, they are familiar with, they get trained. So they know pretty much how to navigate through certain emergencies. So I just felt that his perspective, to me, I learned a little bit from it. And so I wanted to tap into a little of what he had to say about this whole Seatow call. Okay, let's go. Make sure y'all hit the like button. It is for free.
Here to help break it all down, we have Brandon Hall, who is a current 911 emergency dispatcher with more than 26 years on the job in the Metro Nashville Department of Emergency Communications. You're also the host of Music City 911. Thank you for being here. I mean, a lot of people have a big dispute over what we're hearing when we listen to the Seatow call.
Okay. Oh my God. Seatow Assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
And I wanted to get your opinion on all of this because you do this for a living. You listen to calls each and every day. This isn't a 911 call, but it's still an emergency call. Let me play it, and then we'll pause it along the way, and I'm going to ask you what you're hearing. And then we're also going to be hearing the enhanced version from that audio engineer that's been swirling around on the internet. We'll talk about that. And your own version that you have enhanced as well. And you're going to walk us through that process. But first, let me play the call. And we're going to play it in its entirety. But I'm going to pause where there is pauses in the audio. And we'll talk about it.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
How was the math test?
Don't want to talk about it.
You need to talk to somebody. I talked to
Seatow Assistant, Vicky.
Now, let me say this right quick, y'all. Some people were saying it like Miss Jeanette Brantley added something to this call. Now, this came directly from the Seatow dispatch people, right? Now, in the beginning, when we listened to this call, we were paying attention to Vicky and Wyatt. But notice, even when the whole music is playing, that's when a lot of the background conversation is taking place. She didn't add anything to this. We can still kind of hear, now that we know and paying attention and kind of know what they were kind of saying, we can now see, oh, it's been there all along. Okay, so this is it without any separation. You can still hear some of the same words. Okay, so I just wanted y'all to tap into that. This is the full call, no separation or isolation, no enhancement or anything, no transcripts or none of that.
Speaking, how can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Okay, so that's our first pause so that we can kind of talk about this. There's a lot of dispute over what's being said in the background before the operator picks up the phone. What did you hear?
In that version, it's kind of hard to hear. And one of the things that I kind of always talk about with cell phones on 911 or just really anytime at all, they have terrible microphones. I mean, really horrible audio comes from cell phones. They've gotten better over the years, but now it's just, really bad. And the fact that they were so far out, I don't know if you've been deep sea fishing before or out that far on a boat. Cell phone service is not good in the first place. As far out as they are, which Horn Island is around 7 or 8 miles offshore, I'm really surprised that they had any reception at all. And there were audio cutouts throughout this entire call. So what you can hear there, it's really hard to hear anything in the background that's distinguishable.
And I'm going to play a little bit more. And again, like you're saying, there are drops along the way, and I'm not cutting anything out of the audio. When you're not hearing anything, it's not your device. It's just there's no audio. But, we'll talk about it more specifically. But did you hear, Nolan's name? Did you hear any commotion in the background of, some of the words that are being alleged? Just hearing the audio by itself, did you hear anything?
I wasn't really picking up on it, especially that version. And that's one of the things that your mind can play tricks on you too. If someone were to say something to you, I'll give you a good example. There's something called the cocktail party effect. You can be in the middle of a party of 100 people and there's a dozen conversations going on around you. And then out of nowhere, someone says your name and you automatically tune into that. So if you're prone to something, as in watching or looking at a transcription of something that has a word for what you're hearing, a lot of times that can actually make your brain go to that place.
Okay, so my thing is with this part of what he's saying, I don't agree with that because there is no transcript on this version. Okay. If now the only thing, that's why I told y'all that was there all along, all the Nolan, and even during the whole music, things were being said. I don't know why some people are acting like they don't hear that part. Now, some key things that I want him to, like, as he's going to get into, is what he thought about Wyatt's response and all of that. Did it sound like excuse me, an emergency and so forth? Because I don't agree with this part. Out of everything, you hear Nolan's name. See, they don't want to say that they hear Nolan's name in this call. Okay, so that part I do not agree with.
Let me play a little bit more of this call and I'll get your take on it.
Hello?
Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir?
I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed. I don't
All
have the
right,
tag
unless
on
you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
Anything sticking out there to you so far?
Still roughly the same. There is obviously conversation going on in the background, and from what they've said, they're not still on the shore. So I don't think they're picking up anything from actually on the shore, even though there were probably, from what I've heard, somewhere in the realm of 100 boats there, that day. But if they are away from the shore, it's definitely a conversation that's going on inside the boat. And from what they've said, it's a 22-foot boat. So granted, it's not a tiny little fishing boat, but it's not a huge boat either. You would probably be within earshot of any conversation going on there.
Are you hearing panic? What are you hearing? Because you've heard everything from, people that, might be calling 911 by accident, to people that really need help and their life is in absolute danger, or someone that is trying to help somebody else. So what are you hearing in the voice of the caller?
I'm not necessarily hearing any type of panic. I hear definite urgency. They think that the boat is going down, and they're on the phone with somebody, really the only person that, or people that can maybe help them. I mean, they've got a membership apparently for this Seatow service. We have similar things here in Nashville where they go out on a lake and tow people in if they have an engine breakdown or something like that. So they're almost just like dispatch. Their questions are just different. I mean, she has a standard kind of form of questions that she's asking the caller, and you can hear there's, like I said, urgency in their voice, and the ones you hear in the background too. I don't know if I'd call it panic or not, though.
Let me play a little bit more for you.
If not, I can send you a text.
So he doesn't hear panic in Warren's voice. Now, one reason that I wanted to play a snippet of this, because I'm not going to be able to look, because he heard those names. Okay. Another reason I wanted to play this is from Vicky's perspective. We want Vicky to come on out, y'all, and give us an interview, because I want to hear from her perspective. But being on like an emergency type of perspective that he has, being in dispatch 911, and what Vicky could have been thinking throughout this, cause what all did Vicky hear during this call? Okay, to me, that is key as well. Did she hear them say, "Oh my God, is he dead?" Did she hear that part? I want to hear that. Did she think that it was a real emergency, especially when she was asking how much water were you in and all of that? Now he's saying you can hear in the background. Notice he's saying you can hear panic in the background. Okay. But he can't hear these names. See, that's the problem that I have. How are you having selective? Because to me, it's selective hearing. You can hear that they are panicking in the background about something, but you know it was quiet when Warren's name was brought up. Okay. It was quiet. And then we heard Nolan's name as well when it was quiet. Okay. So you can't deny that certain names. Then the damn it, Bart, we heard when it was kind of quiet on that call. Now, yeah, when they're both talking, it's probably kind of harder to hear some of the background, but there are clearly certain names that you can hear when it is quiet. Okay, so miss us with that part. His name is Brandon Hall.
Message.
Everyone keeps asking me how I do my podcast alone. The answer, Riverside.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
North 30 degrees by 4672.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
Yeah, we do not have a VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We are sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs or Fort Bayou Lawn.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Try to jump in and pull the plug while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many adults on board?
There are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people?
But wait, I think in that moment, y'all, Vicky was over him. Like, my thing is this. If you need help, I need your attention so I can get you some help. I think she was like, because he wasn't paying attention to her, she was starting to get an attitude. Okay, you could hear her voice tone change, and she started getting an attitude. And I think she was trying to be sarcastic, in my opinion, when she asked, is there anybody living on that boat? Because he acted like no one was on the boat. Like, what are you talking about? So that was confusing too. If you need help, and I can tell he is muting that phone. Okay, so there were certain things that I don't think he wanted her to hear as well. They're trying to cover up that old money so it won't look bad on them. Okay, come on now. Yes, it did sound like he was muting the phone. Okay, this dude is slow as hell. Okay. Teresa said, "Oh, if you notice when asked for the coordinates, he said, hold on, let me go look. So that means he was somewhere else on the boat. You have to get that information from where the steering column is." Yes, I noticed that. Yep, I did. And I saw another video, someone breaking that part down too. Like, where was he on that boat until he had to go over and get the coordinates? He sounds buzzed up. He probably was. They were coming from the island. Yeah. It's not a hard question to answer. Vicky, yes, you think she heard what was going on? She was getting an attitude. Okay, because it seemed like he was playing. At first, when I heard this, I thought it was some kids playing a game as well.
Well, sir.
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right. Verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm going to pause it right there. Your thoughts on what we just heard?
So one of the things, all the audio cutouts, and that's something I was going to mention a couple minutes ago. What's happening there is what's called the cliff effect. It happens in like terrestrial digital video, like if you're watching stuff over an antenna, and it happens with cell phones as well. It's not like if you say like ham radio or something like that. As the audio degrades, the signal gets weaker and weaker. It just gets quieter, and then, but with a cell phone, once it gets down to a certain decibel level, it just cuts off. So it just falls off a cliff. That's the way this is, it's happening here. So, and it happens all the time. I hear it every single day. Especially with this, how far out they are, I'm really surprised that they got as much as they did from this call. So that was one of the main things, is just all the cutouts and how there's obvious, frustration because of it. They're not hearing each other. That's something that can happen with 911 calls, and obviously something like this, a private service.
Are you hearing anything that is alarming to you as a professional?
Not necessarily, other than the fact that they are taking on water. That's, in and of itself, a huge thing. So they could be, from what he said, a quarter mile away from the actual island itself, and they're in 31 feet of water. Luckily, everybody does have life jackets, but from what I've gathered, it seems like everybody there was probably drinking heavily and not making the best of decisions. Now, at one point, you hear someone say to jump in the water and do something with the plug, and I'm not really sure what that was, because, again, there was some audio cut out. But, yeah, it does, again, seem like it's some sort of urgency, and there's something going on there. But I think it's mostly the focus is on the boat sinking, possibly.
Okay.
All right. I want to play.
Now, a couple of things, y'all, because with some of the things he said, I do not agree with. And he needs to do a little more research, for the simple fact that it doesn't even go to 31 feet right there. Okay. In that area, it doesn't even go to 31 feet. Now, Bonnie had brought up a point in the chat. She said, open book, Vicky heard someone in distress. That's why she asked about breathing, and in distress, her ears are trained. Okay. Let's say that's correct, Bonnie. Now, why is it? Because, see, this is why I want to, although I didn't agree with some of this man's points that he made, I'm wondering, was Vicky kind of thinking like him? Okay, because did she ignore that though? Okay, because then I have a whole problem. If you thought that someone was in distress in the background and you didn't explore that further, or even when she called the captain, she did not go into that part. She was almost thinking like they were playing. Okay, so if she thought she heard, oh my God, I hope he's not dead. Nolan, wake up. All of that. Why didn't she bring that part up to the captain? Okay, because then you're ignoring, if there was someone in trouble, regardless, you should have sent some help. If you felt that someone was losing their lives or possibly losing their lives, being that the person on the call was kind of not paying you any attention, you got all this commotion in the background, I would have kind of questioned that part. Like what's happening in the background, is because she did kind of ask, is everyone living on the boat? But to me, that sounded like she was getting an attitude of trying to be sarcastic. However, though, if we look at it from the other side of that, if she really did think that she heard that, she should have explored that further. Okay, look, I don't know, Captain. Something's happening on that boat. Sounds like they're asking if somebody dead. Okay, we need to get someone over there ASAP. Okay, but notice when she contacted the captain, well, first, we also got to explore why was Grandpa already calling the captain and he had spoken with him. That's a whole other concern right there. Okay, and then by the time she goes back, the call has dropped. So this guy here, he needs a little more training, in my opinion, because, sir, you're not listening to the background of that call. Okay, I've watched even enough movies to tell, even that movie with Halle Berry. Okay, when she was a dispatch child, she had more discernment of something's going on in the background than you do. Okay, I didn't agree with that. They said Wyatt allegedly, yeah, I've heard that. I think this guy think he was paid as well. Okay, he is delusional. Katie still needs to come to the front of the class. She could clear up a lot. Yes. Okay. We don't want to hear his perspective. He off on so many levels. But y'all, we gotta hear a range of perspectives. The only reason that I wanted to get that part was for the simple fact of how he felt that, look, it didn't sound like a true emergency or panic in Wyatt's voice, but also to see if this is how Vicky was thinking, because she never explored that something could have been wrong with Nolan, this name we kept hearing coming up, or anything of that matter. That's what makes me wonder, was she thinking on the same lines as this guy here? Okay. Let's see. Why hasn't Vicky come forward by now? I don't know. Some people feel like she was threatened. Okay. I don't know. Allegedly, the buddies were drinking and drugging. Vicky is liable. She still should have sent help. Yes, instead of listening to a drunk teenager. He couldn't even tell his age, okay, or how many, were on there, how old they were. That should have been explored as well. Okay, you're saying that, he couldn't determine if, okay, we're all adults, to know there are no kids and so forth. So I would have been like, okay, so how old are you, sir? Okay, what are the ages of the people on board? They need more training at Seatow, because this here, if there was such an emergency in the background that we can clearly hear, that should have been explored. But if you have, y'all, I'm telling you, this happens every day. Even with 911, if you have people like this guy with this perspective, okay, that cannot, it seems like he can't really identify, or else he playing crazy, then what if you were to call 911, you got something going on in your background, you trying to focus and all that. They should be trained to catch certain things that are still happening in the background, because some people are panicked. Okay, your loved one has passed out, had a heart attack or something like that. Child, look, I need you to have enough discernment or training to know what's going on, okay, or try to figure out what is happening during this phone call. And there are clearly some signs that there were other things happening or at play throughout that phone call. And she dropped the ball, in my opinion, on some of that. Okay, she really did, even when she contacted the captain. I remember Open Book, when the Seatow audio first came out, it was only snippets of the audio. Maybe the captain call with Vicky is not all out. I don't know. Hey, Angel, that's a good point. I believe once Vicky talked to the captain, all her suspicion went away. Then she second guessed herself, because the captain, oh, that's a good point, Angel, because the captain had talked to the grandfather. Now, that's a good point. Maybe that's why she didn't explore it further. That's a good point. I think that he heard everything. He just in denial. Yes, I believe so. The dispatcher has a copy of that call. I wonder if it was confiscated. Probably. Yep, possibly. Yep, Grandpa said they were fine, and that's all she needed to document on her end for her job. The captain said no further assistance was needed. But I guess the part I was touching on is when she first clicked over, before she knew about the grandpa part, she did not bring that part up about there could have possibly been another emergency on that boat. That part had not been explored by her. But yes, I can see that once they said the grandpa had already spoken with the captain, then, he's saying things are fine, then I could see then. But before that, Vicky didn't bring up it could be possibly an emergency and somebody could possibly be unalive on this boat, okay, because all that was taking place. Now, he was also muting the phone in certain parts. So that part we heard as well. Yeah, Katie, I definitely feel that Katie knows more. Child Vicky told the captain to have a drink. Okay, grandpa is a big wheel in that area. Sham, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, he owns businesses, sells boats, and all of that. He probably had the captain on his Rolodex speed dial where he could contact them. Okay. Vicky is the equivalent of a 911 operator when people call for help. All calls are followed up to be safe. Nolan's mom, Sue and Seatow, right on. Oh, is she? I hadn't heard that. Okay, right. He must have sucked at his job. Exactly. She got on code quick with the captain. Oops. Has Vicky been interviewed by the police? We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. I think it could be a code for is anybody dead because they had already told her. Redbone, that's a good point. Vicky isn't liable for anything. She asked the right questions and did her job. She can't force what was in that boat. So I dispute us liable for anything. I'm not saying, MJ, that she's liable, right? I just feel like with the things taking place and him being so distracted and some of the things you can clearly hear happening in the background and some of the things that they're saying, I just wonder why that part, when she contacted the captain, why it was not explored further. Like, okay, captain, because she started, it sounds like a bunch of kids, like this, just them playing around. Okay, so I don't even know if she heard any of that, but I don't see how she could have missed some of that, because we could hear, even when it was kind of quiet, some of the things that were being stated. So, and then how, that he wasn't really serious on the depth of the water, like the things that were not consistent or true, that would have been a red flag because it doesn't even go to 31 feet. He said between 17 to 31 feet of water. That in itself should have been another red flag. So I just don't think that some of the things were explored enough, in my opinion. Hey, hello, Barbara, welcome. But didn't at some point she asked us everybody was in good condition or something like that. She did. But like I said, when you escalate to a supervisor, although she's saying that part where, on the actual call, when she spoke to her captain, like, okay, I'm going to give y'all an example. So I used to work in customer service, right, at a bank. So there were customers that I would talk to, and I could feel that something was off and they would want to talk to a manager, right? But I had my own thoughts about the whole situation. So I'll put them on hold. And before I connected them to the manager or the supervisor, I would have a conversation with the supervisor. I would let the supervisor know, look, this person complained about an NSF fee, but look, the other day, I'm noticing they called and already got a fee refunded XYZ and, blah, 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 blah. That's a private conversation I'm going to have with my supervisor before I connect the call. So the concerns I don't feel were escalated prior to him saying, oh, grandpa called. She, I don't know, picked it up or just thought they were kidding. I don't know. But there are clearly some panic in the background that called for emergency prior to her learning that the grandfather had called the captain. That's just my thought process. Let's see. She should have reported suspicious activity on the phone call by now. For her to ask, is anyone breathing or alive? She felt something was wrong, in my opinion. Okay. Hey, Becca, welcome. I'm wondering if Vicky have GPS to locate boats in distress on that island. That's a good point. Warren protecting Carter. Ain't no way my brother is losing a fight and I don't jump in. Hey, Ian. And him pretending to not know who little bro fought and Nolan is missing at the exact same time. Okay. That's a good point. Okay. Let's see. Cameron Michelle says she may have heard more than we, and that's why she asked if everyone is breathing. Maybe she heard saying is Nolan's dead or no saying Nolan's dead. Yeah. As a first responder, she got her hand in this. Okay. Vicky is liable because she heard the background and didn't tell the captain. There are some concerns. Yes, because let me tell you, if they subpoena her, they're going to subpoena that whole call. Okay, they're going to subpoena that whole call. They're going to subpoena the conversation between Vicky and the captain as well. Okay, so if that's going to open up room for more training, and we have a whole young man that's dead. Come on now. After that call, not saying that I'm putting that on her, but those are things that they are going to consider. Okay, well, look, we're hearing these words, Vicky. Vicky, did you hear this? Okay. They gonna ask her the hard questions if this ever goes to trial. Now, if you heard this, Vicky, how come when you got connected to your captain, you didn't bring that up, Vicky? They're gonna bring that up. Okay, now she's saying she didn't hear any of that. Then look, child, you definitely need some new training because you should have heard some of that that we heard. Okay, you definitely need some new training. That's all I'm gonna say. Because we heard quite a bit of info throughout that call in the background. But even if she did report it to the captain, he was going to sweep it up under the table because he's in the old good biddy club in that town. Okay, Simone. This is on her for sure. She did not report anything suspicious. And the other thing, speaking of that, Kim, the other thing they're going to subpoena is her notes. Okay, they're going to subpoena what she said on that call. They're going to subpoena what she said with her captain, and they're going to subpoena those notes. Okay, because what all did she type into her notes pertaining to that call? And also, captain, what did you put in the notes as well? And what time did that call come in from the grandfather? What all did the grandfather tell you and say? Okay, so all of that. See, he messed up right there because he told Vicky that he had already spoken with the grandfather. Now, if anyone didn't know, now we know that there was a conversation that puts Grandpa Jerry into the mix as well. So then you're subpoenaed also, Grandpa. Okay, because why did you call the captain? How come Grandpa didn't call the Seatow? Okay, he called the captain directly instead of getting through a line like Wyatt did. I don't believe Vicky even in the country anymore. Irma says she done skied up. I believe she knew it was BS when Captain stepped in. She leaked it and disappeared without the track. Wait, Irma, you think she leaked the call? Okay. With all this being said, we are facing the unknown in the future. Our future. How do you turn the clock back to 1926 or 1776? What are we facing? A new movement. Okay. Vicky done lawyer up. She knows. Exactly. Come on, Bunny, because I want to know what did she think after she found out that call that she handled, that young man had died. What did she think? I'm so curious to know. Okay, I believe the defense will subpoena the captain and Vicky, but not Mississippi prosecutor whenever this goes to trial. Okay. Hey, Nurse Ann, welcome. Accountability as a first responder. She failed to render aid. Okay, now I'm not saying, like I say, I'm not blaming Vicky or anything like that, but there is definitely an opportunity missed when it came to what was taking place in the background on that call. Okay, I do feel that. And if she did not hear all of this that was going on, Vicky needs some more training. Okay, because we definitely can hear it. Even when the sounds are not isolated, we can definitely hear certain names being called. Because see, this is another point right quick. Okay, even if, did she put the names that were being called out, did she put those names in the report? Because I would have said, okay, y'all are sinking. What's happening, sir? Who is Warren? Okay, is he okay? Okay, who is Bart? Is he okay? Like, you literally heard these other people. So asking, is it anyone living on the boat? You clearly hear some names. So I would have specifically tapped into the names I kept hearing, if nothing else. Okay, well then let me see, because sir, Mr. Wyatt, I'm hearing some other people. So are these people okay? Who is Wyatt? I mean, who is Warren? Okay, who's Bart? Is Bart? How old is Bart? How old is Warren? Oh yeah, every name I heard. Who's Nolan? Okay, is Nolan okay? Because those are names we could clearly hear. Now you can pretend like you don't hear those names, but yes, you do. Yes, you do. And it's that you hear those names without a transcript. So all those people out here saying, oh, he's mimicking some of the other stuff that's been said. Sir, stop. Okay. There's no transcript in front of us. And we can still hear those names being called. Even if the other stuff is not as clear, you can clearly hear certain, oh, Nolan, don't die. Is he dead? You can hear that. So I would have specifically asked for those names, and are those people okay in this whole thing that's taking place, this alleged sinking, when you don't even have the feet of water correct? That should have been a huge red flag. Grandpa, the Secret Service man involved. Okay, Grand Rising April. She heard the word dead crystal clear. Thank you. Vicky would have been wearing noise cancellation headphones. She had to have heard the background. Okay, and you know those noise cancellation headphones, baby, it's kind of crystal clear. The reasonable doubt is low for civil suit, so Vicky Seatow will be sued. Ooh, so Bonnie think they're gonna try to sue the Seatow people. Okay, hey Tanya, welcome. They need to close down Horn Island. Too much mess going on. Yes, hey Life. Now, let's get into. We're going to switch gears, go on our field trip. To the next thing. We wanted to tap into Teshema's live, okay, that she was doing over on TikTok. Now, y'all, it goes down over on TikTok. The only thing I hate about the TikTok lives is you got to kind of screen record or it goes away. Like YouTube, we can kind of go back to it. Facebook, you can kind of go back to it. But I knew it had to have been more interview portion because we only heard a short snippet before. But there was a longer TikTok live. Now, I shared it in a video, but I wanted to bring it up so we can kind of get into some of the things. Now, if you don't know, Teshema is Javon Williams' mom, okay? And she's been, on these platforms on TikTok, kind of sharing more details. I believe her sister was up there too, allegedly. I know she did state that her sister went with her to Wyatt, to Jack's house, and was there with this whole situation with Wyatt. Okay, she called out Wyatt's name. Now she said she did not talk to Warren. Okay, so she said she don't know why Warren doing all this. She heard the word dead because she asked, is anyone breathing? Okay, come on, Kim, clock it. Let's see. Karen Michelle said, "OB, I just had an epiphany. What if Vicky was part of the play and neither her or the captain ever thought it would go this far?" Possibility. We would need to compare the responses to other distress calls to this one. Yep, that's true. When she asked how much water had been taken on, he couldn't even answer that. I would have said up to my knees, but I don't know. We're sinking, which is going down is a huge red flag. Yes, exactly. I feel like they put Nolan in the hole where the fish go, and looks like Warren had a rope of some sort, maybe holding something down or shut. Oh, Life. Some other people, I know a content creator on IG also talked about that it could have been like something on the floor right there of the boat in the little storage, and show like the depth of it, okay, and how long it was and so forth. Okay, thank you, Paul. All right, let me pull up this video. Make sure y'all tap the like button. It is for free.
Such a mercy. You see what I'm saying?
All right. And then y'all done took y'all for okay, y'all done already had his phone, but now y'all done took my phone too.
Right, because that was emergency. They got to get up out of there. But see, that call is gonna tell y'all we gonna get some justice for nephew, man. Because that call, man, that call to Seatow told us everything we need to know, and they can say what they want to say. That call told us.
Were they
now? Okay, on this diagram, the TikTok diagram, if y'all look at the bottom right, that's her name, Shima Hands. Now let me take this off the screen right quick. That's her name, I guess, on TikTok, Shima Hands. And then to the left at the bottom, that's I believe allegedly is her sister, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen some pictures and it looks like that same picture. And remember, she said that her sister went with her that day. Okay. Now I don't know who all of the other people were that went with her, you know, because it was a group. Okay. It was definitely a big group there of like probably 10 to 15 people. But y'all, hey, they were saying they were 10 toes down trying to find Nolan. Okay. Now, at the beginning of this, speaking of Seatow call that we just came from, they were saying, well, what was such an emergency? Why did they have to hurry up and get out of there? And that's a very good point that a lot of people are bringing up. Holla at Your Girl said in that video, picture, they are avoiding something on the front of the boat. Yes, clearly they are. I agree. We need to close down Horn Island and the McDonald's. Phenomenal. Come on now, girl. You got to give them somewhere to meet. Okay, Cashapp, what other restaurants are there? Yeah, the fourth would never be the same. And you know what? Another thing, they have too many fights there. Okay, y'all are ghetto-fying a federally owned property at Horn Island. Why are so many fights taking place on the 4th of July at Horn Island? Okay, they probably need to put an age restriction on y'all after this whole incident. Shout out to Myron for the super chat and for being a sponsor. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Let's see. Is Teshema a hairdresser? Otherwise, Shima Hands means she fight. That's a good one, Karen Michelle. I don't know what she does. Okay, it's given. Riot broke out. Yeah, the 4th of July. You mean the 4th of July lies? Her boys and Miss Christine boys probably was with them because Jalen did say, watch the tone of your voice talking to my mama. Yeah, I definitely believe her boys were with her. Yes, I definitely believe that. I believe it was her sister. And then it was some girl. I don't know who the girl was. And then some other guys. Now, maybe that LeBaron guy that she said was a friend of all the boys. They all grew up together. He may have been there as well. But they had a whole crew that showed up at Jackson's house. Y'all, we talked about that yesterday. We got tickled talking about how Jax talked about that story. Okay, and I'm going to rewind it. So I just wanted to give y'all a little context as to what they were talking about at the beginning of this clip. And shout out to Dee Dee on TikTok, because she's the one that hosted this TikTok live.
And y'all done took y'all done already had his phone, but now y'all done took my phone too.
Right, you know, because that was emergency. They got to get up out of there. But see, that call is gonna tell y'all, we gonna get some justice for nephew, man. Because that call, man, that call to Seatow told us everything we need to know, and they can say what they want to say. That call told us.
Were they invited to the funeral?
Everybody was invited to the funeral.
Oh, another lie.
Another lie. So, hey,
and Jalen and Javon was at the funeral, and Jalen and Javon were pallbearers for those that were seeing.
Right.
Yeah, they were there.
Okay, so she said everyone was invited to the funeral. Jalen and Javon were pallbearers. Now, so that debunks, they didn't, invite us to the funeral. Well, hey, there was no invitation for the funeral part. And we can't make this a whole black thing either, because when you're looking at the funeral pictures, there are white people there as well. Because I've seen some comments saying, now, why would these white boys go to the funeral with all these black kids and black people? Well, there were white people there. Okay, so please stop that. The invitation was for the repast, okay, that they were only having a certain number of people attending the repast. But the funeral was open to the public. Even some content creators went to the funeral, okay? Did she ask the caller's name? You know what, Cham? I don't remember her asking his name. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that a little later at another time. But I don't think did she ask his name, y'all? That's a good question. I would like to ask Javon, who was the girl that gave his mom the phone. Okay. The repast, right. Thank you. Shout out to Des D for the super sticker and for being a sponsor. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Okay, so they can stop, miss us with the, oh, and then if you're talking about threats, well, there was security there. Okay, there was security, so no one was going to beat you up. And then Warren talking about they didn't want to take the attention off. Y'all are not some celebrities, although y'all want to be the Real House Bros of Ocean Springs. Child, nobody is coming for you, Otis. Okay, they came to see Nolan and to honor Nolan. Okay, so that part would not have even been a factor. We're just finding out who some of y'all are. So don't get the big head. Y'all just didn't want to go. Just say that. You were either scaredy cats and didn't want to, face any heat, or you just didn't want to go. Just, it's as simple as that. The level of corruption in that town requires witness protection. Okay. Hello. Or I would definitely move, change my name, change my page names, my address. The way they getting down, okay, if those boys didn't do anything, the funeral was the safest place for them. Nothing would have happened to them. Exactly. Let's see here. Hey, Johnny. Let's see. Did Tessa Tells Lies go to the funeral? I don't think so. If that's who I think you're talking about, I don't think so. Hey, Miko, welcome. Brandon says it was a race war. They couldn't show up. He need to stop. Okay, because if that picture, I hope that's AI. I hope that that's an AI picture, not a real picture of them on Horn Island with a whole flower bouquet like they got from somebody's funeral home. That better be AI. I think someone said that that's AI, or y'all are gaslighting for real, and it's very tacky. That was very tacky. Okay, and Javon had been threatened as well. Yeah, he had been threatened. They talked about that on TMZ. So if he showed up, y'all could have shown up. Okay, he had been threatened too. The real cowards didn't attend the funeral. Right. So they could have shown up too.
Right. Yeah, because they got on that interview.
The phone, whoever misunderstood, the phone was locked when I got it. However, I could see where everybody had been calling, but the phone was locked. And none of us knew the code, and none of us tried to get in the phone, but the phone was locked, sweetheart.
Okay, so Teshema is saying when they got the phone was locked. Okay, she said that. Now, y'all tell me how this works. Okay, because I know on my phone, you can't see that info. If my phone is locked, it doesn't show a call log. So y'all let me know on y'all's phones, if your phone is locked, are you able to see people that have called? Because some phones may show that. I just know for mine, it doesn't. Okay, because I thought that was the whole point. I don't need somebody picking up my phone, looking at my numbers. Okay. So I was wondering about that part, but she said when she got it. Now let me say this as well, y'all. Okay. Now let's think about this. Now it's possible it could have lasted all day. The phone was on. Now, hopefully, it had a good, really good charge, because that means that phone went all day, unless someone charged it, because when she got it, it was still on. Okay. Now some phones, they do have a strong battery. I don't know what kind of phone he had, but that means that phone has stayed on all day long. She could even see that it was still on. She could see his calls, but she said it was locked. Also, Warren said that the phone was locked too. Okay. What was going to happen to them at the funeral? I guess they thought they were going to get beat up or something. I noticed they didn't attack the dispatcher or dig into his past. Say it again. Hey, Inspiration. Look, Inspiration be taking notes. Okay, she said the phone was locked. They know they're guilty. That guilt didn't let them go. Okay, shine like a diamond. Say that again and welcome. At this point, lock the boats, the island, and the dang water. Wait, not the water. I'm tired of this mess and my head hurts. Okay. Yes, I can see. You can see yours? Okay, got you. You can only see if a call comes through. Now that part, yes. If my phone is locked, you can see when a call comes through, but mine doesn't show missed calls on a lock screen. I was about to say the same. How could she see the call log? Okay, so yours, yes, it will show if you have notifications on. Oh, they show when you unlock depending on your device. Yeah, because some devices may be, that's why I was just asking y'all. Everyone's phone is not like mine. I know that mine doesn't show it. The sun on the phone all day. How was that battery still going? Okay, come on, Kim. Did they have it plugged in? I believe they absolutely hacked his phone before giving it up. That's what I'm wondering, Kim. Okay, that thought came to me. Hey, Lifus Nikisha. Now, did they at any point charge that phone up? Because when your phone is in the heat and the sun, it drains the battery. And think about this. Okay, they all get up. Nolan has his phone. Okay, now he's probably charged his phone overnight. He probably could have started off on a full charge. Now, what happened though throughout the day? He takes his phone. Phone is supposedly just sitting on the boat in the heat, in the sun on Horn Island, right? Still on the boat. They get back all evening. The phone is still on the boat. Oh, I'm sorry. At some point, it was moved to Wyatt's truck. Now, it's also questionable because I think she's going to bring it up in this interview that Wyatt's truck was there. Remember, I had that question, y'all. Wyatt's truck was there. She said it was parked out front. Because I was like, well, where was Wyatt's truck? She said it was parked out front, but they didn't come out there to get the phone. I thought that they got the phone out of Wyatt's truck. So I'm going to let us listen because I think this is the part where she talks about that. So was that phone charged at any point in the day? If it was, and I hope when they download this phone, I don't know if that's something they can look into. What was the point? What was the point of doing that? If y'all had to charge up his phone at any time. If you have notifications turned on, yes, you can see how many missed calls and stuff. Okay, on your phone. That 360 tracer. Yes, show it. You just can't see the details of all the callers. Okay. Why would Bart's little brother be Warren's buddy and go out searching with him the next morning? Where was Bart? They move weird. I can still pick a call when locked. So why didn't they answer if they wanted to talk to Christine? So that's also a good point. Can certain phones allow you to answer the phone even if it's locked? That's a very good point. Okay, so those are things they're going to have to look into. Did these demons video Nolan's death and Nolan's phone and theirs? Ooh. Yes, with iPhone, if it's locked, depending on the settings, you can see who called. Okay, got you. At this point, we need to interview the bilge pump. Okay. Welcome everyone coming on in. Hey, Lakeisha, welcome. Let me scroll down. Hi, Black Butterfly. Thank you for joining. Let's see here. They were trying to figure out the code to get in the phone, but too many attempts to get in will lock the phone. That's true. That's true. It gets really hot in Mississippi. Yesterday, the real temperature felt like 114 degrees. Wow. The sun, the heat, same thing like leaving your electronics in a hot vehicle. That's a no-no. I believe that's why they want it so bad now. Right, Irma? I want to know. Hey, TB, in the Seatow call, we hear close his eyes, that they open his eyes to access the phone. Also, in the interview, he stated he was able to get the electronics working again. Oh, I missed that. Inspiration said that was a great thing that his mother and Nolan had a tracker on the phone with the 360 because iPhones have their own app as well when you could trace the phone if you misplaced it. That's what I heard with the iPhone. I wondered if they share Snapchat passwords with each other or sometimes kids do that. These kids doing too much. Okay, with sharing locations and that's dangerous. So Warren claimed he told Christine the night of July 4th that he had Nolan's phone, but in the interview, he said the phone went from the boat to Wyatt's truck. Warren had that phone the whole time, in my opinion. Ooh. Now, see, I was thinking when he said they had the phone that he meant they, the phone was with them, but that could have meant that too. Okay. We don't know. I mean, well, Teshema is saying there was a passcode. Yeah, that's what she's saying. What if they used his face? But she's saying it was locked. Now, I don't know. She said she didn't know the password. So maybe it was password locked. I don't know if it was facial. But didn't somebody say he had face recognition? I don't know if that's been confirmed. Yep, I believe they used his face to unlock the phone. Let's rewind. Let's see what she said about that again for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, they
Wondering if
was.
they were
Yeah.
there or not.
Right.
Yeah, because they got on that interview.
The phone, whoever misunderstood, the phone was locked when I got it. However, I could see where everybody had been calling, but the phone was locked. And none of us knew the code, and none of us tried to get in the phone, but the phone was locked, sweetheart.
She said none of them knew the code or could get into his phone. So I'm thinking it had a code based off of what she just said. His younger brother is just jiu-jitsu expert. I saw a film early on where a guy was on top of Nolan, where he was kneeling on Nolan's. Oh no, that was a different type of video. The beach, I think they call it beach drill or something. But no, that wasn't Nolan. We were thinking it was because of the shorts and hair, but it was someone else. So was Nolan phone being tracked to Wyatt's house from one of those boys? Well, that part, I'm not sure of inspiration, because when Morgan said that whoever this guy was that called had an attitude, he gave the phone over to Warren and was like, what's up with all this Nolan stuff? And then Warren is saying the boy asked him, where are y'all? So that's a gray area for me. I don't know if that's how they found out through Warren, or because we heard in the beginning that Teshema was saying that the snap had showed a different location than Life 360. And that's how they found out. So I don't know. I'm still a gray area with that. Like as Nikisha said, and this is another reason why I don't allow my kids to use Face ID or allow certain things to be accessed from the drop-down menu, such as their location. You actually will have to unlock it. That's a good point. I'm gonna check my daughter's phone for some of this, because that's a very good point. I'm more concerned about the 3 boats thoroughly being searched and the camera footage by each boat dock. That's a good point, TJ. Yes. Wonder what would happen if they say it was a drowning with no suspicious circumstances. I think they're going to go a little deeper into it. Definitely some lawsuits on how this was handled. If it was locked, how did they get in it if nobody else has access? Maybe his parents know his password. One of Nolan's siblings could have had his password. My girls share all of that. They're 2 years apart. She also keeps stating she'll protect her son at all costs, which is very alarming to me. Yes, okay. They modified the photo sent to Nolan's mother. Of course, they know how to use technology. Clock that, Kim. Can you do face recognition on an iPhone if you're sleeping or unalive? iPhone users. Okay, so iPhone users, tap into that question. Let's continue.
These
Can I ask you this? Was the phone and the keys somehow end up back at the same house, right? Because Warren trying to say that when y'all came and got the phone, they was at, hey, y'all can't say the names. I can say the name Jack's house. and then I know they went and got
the phone and the keys was at Jack's house.
See, that's what I said. Some people
See, they lying in every interview.
They just be lying, man.
The phone and the keys were at Jack's house. And we went back because when I got the phone, again, we went to find the boat, which was somewhere else. We went back to the house. We met Christine and Elmore there because the car was there too.
So she said the phone and the keys were at Jack's house and the boat was somewhere else. She met Christine and Elmore over at Jack's house because they found out that his car was there as well. Okay, Ben Crump is not going to let this fly. There are too many hiccups, right? Okay, so that's something to think about. Hey, Miss T, because at first we're thinking that they were at separate locations, but they were at the same place.
So they were both at the same spot.
Is there any more questions y'all want to ask Shima or Simply while they still can?
Yeah, because
Okay, this is Teshema Javon Williams' mom. She was on a TikTok live. For those of you who are just tuning in, she's at the bottom right-hand corner. Her sister is on the bottom left-hand corner of the little boxes up there. And she said her sister went with her that day. If y'all haven't tapped into the first snippet of this live, make sure y'all tap into that. I shared that as well. So she's kind of giving some insight into some things that took place. Now, on the other snippet, she said that she didn't speak to Warren. She spoke to Wyatt, and Wyatt was getting a little jazzy at the mouth with her. And so her son, Jalen, had to step in and was like, hey, watch how you talking to my mama. Okay, so hey, she was, Jalen was about to get into it allegedly with Wyatt. Okay, let's see. One boat was at Wyatt's, and the unalivened boat was allegedly at the Judge house. Have they looked into that? That's the question as well. Okay.
I'm about to
They
get on the sleep,
said
y'all.
enough. They said enough anyway.
My twin at the bottom, simply. Sheba. I know, Sheba. Follow me, boo. Please. Just
I know,
follow
man.
me.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, we have you guys back 100%. You have all support from this panel. We love you guys. We have been fighting and advocating for you guys. We love Miss
Thank you so much.
We think that she is our sister and our mother as well. Nolan is our nephew. You know what I'm saying? And we really,
Yes, and she is an amazing person. And all this bashing her is insane. Nolan lived with his mom. Nolan has always lived with his mother. In every house his mother has had, he has lived with her.
So for those that were on the panel saying, oh, Nolan lived with, I think they said Wyatt was living there. Well, she said Nolan was staying with his mom. Okay, so that's something else to debunk, that he wasn't staying with his mom. All of this reminds me of the shooting of Medgar Evers. Oh, yeah, I remember that. The talk of Nolan being intimate with the judge has gotten real quiet too. Yeah, like I didn't know where that was coming from. I'm gonna believe the parents before I believe them little lying money bandit. Okay, so that she debunked that. She said Nolan was living with his mom. Okay.
Clock it. The only time Nolan did not live with his mom was when he went to college.
Because they were trying to say, one of the little brothers said he stayed with us for 3 years. One little brother, they just been lying. They need to be arrested, man.
The letter.
Such a mercy. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
That was the end of that one. Okay. So she said the only time he and that's understandable. I mean, when you go to college, a lot of people move into apartments or stay on campus and so forth. So, I mean, that's understandable. Could the judge be that Katie girl who may be divorcing Wyatt or Warren's dad? I don't know. Irma said that's why the police was dispatched to the judge's house. They took care of the boat situation because at the end of the call, they said 1024, which means assignment complete. Oh, yeah, I did hear about assignment complete. Yes, I did. Virgo lady, what was your question? Let me see. About Medgar Evers, is that the one? Wyatt is in serious trouble. He has not come out yet. They must be hiding for Wyatt. Yeah, I don't know where he should have been on the panel too. Okay. Hey, Candy Girl Pink. So how do we find out the truth? Right. Where is the freaking FBI? Oh, they're supposed to be involved in this. Now, y'all know, and someone brought up a great point, when they're involved in an investigation, they don't usually tell people and move like that. A lot of their things are in secret. So they're not going to come out, okay, and talk like that, because that's the whole point of how they run things. Like, even if they're investigating people, they'll let the receipts add up. Y'all know how they take people down. They let the receipts add up. When they come for you, they gonna come with all the receipts and all of that. Okay, so they kind of watch things. They probably been watching those interviews and everything. Yeah, a lot of these lives and so forth. I believe that Katie is Warren's mom. Yes, that Katie Hudson Seymour. Yes, that's Warren's biological mother. At the end of the day, is it relevant where he lived? Right. Some people just use that as a distraction. Okay. Miss T, that's on Dee page on TikTok. The 4th of July. I like that. Okay, Virgo lady. Wyatt hasn't said he had issues with Nolan that have been brewing for a minute. Plus, he's the one doing the Tony Montana since he woke up. Not the Tony Montana. Okay. Now, let me pull up this other live or video. All right, so y'all know that we have been tuned into Nerdy Pink Panda, which is Jay Bacon, okay? And y'all, she has been cooking. She has been, when I tell y'all, coming up with so many connections and breaking things down. She has a keen eye for detail. Well, lo and behold, last night, y'all, someone told me to check her. She had shared her new TikTok page with us, right? And so I went on there, which is Nerdy Pink Panda 00. Okay. Now I want y'all to make sure y'all tap in. If you're on TikTok, y'all please go and follow her. Okay. Because this was a message that she did yesterday.
Well, if you guys are seeing this, they banned my main account. It just happened. Yep. Well, if you guys are seeing this, they banned my main account. It just happened. Yep.
Okay, it looked like she wanted to cry. Okay. Now that is so heartbreaking because now she had this backup channel already. And she had kind of was getting hit. I think even as she was putting out certain videos, they were trying to not monetize certain videos. I think she kind of knew it was heading that direction. So she had mentioned on the other channel something about she got 4 of something. I don't know how that works on TikTok because I'm not I'm monetized over there, but I don't really utilize it. I need to start going live over there and figure this thing out, y'all, because I'm missing out on a stream of income. Okay. But I knew something was in the works when they started really knocking her videos out like that. Now I want to show y'all because she had moved this over to this channel. Let me get this video up. Okay, now this was one of her latest videos, and I want y'all to see what she was exposing. Now, she had already exposed of um a lot of connections, okay, of unlikely people. We started learning about Carter and Brooks, okay, these people that have been hidden, okay, that we didn't know about. See, she was starting to expose even the political figures there, how they are connected. They didn't like that. And also, she said she did work in the Epauletter files, okay, that she was exposing some things there. So, a lot of this, y'all, people have probably been waiting for an opportunity to bring down her channel. And I know it's heartbreaking, especially when you work so hard to build up your channel, you get monetized, you get your followers. That's heartbreaking. That hits you in your pocket as well. Now she has a GoFundMe up. She's had one up about her dog. Okay. I don't know what the situation is with her dog. So people have been making contributions to her GoFundMe. Now, people were really starting to tap into her videos. Even somebody said earlier that the news medias, okay? I know some of the AI channels were picking up on hers and so forth. So she was making big moves in these streets, okay? Whether it was TikTok, IG, YouTube, or Facebook. She has been blowing up and they did not like it. Getting to the truth has a cost, especially when we're working with the entities and the people that are potentially or allegedly involved in this. Okay. It is huge, it's deep. I said this at the beginning, y'all, that this thing is not just like the physical part of it, you know, in the physical realm. But this, you're going up against territorial demons, regional demons that have operated there for years and years and years that don't like for you to mess with them. Okay, that's the part that people are forgetting about. You got to think of the spiritual demonic side of this thing, and that people do not want that to go away, that for that to be annihilated. Okay, but when you start turning on the light, come on now, like he said, the roaches start scrambling. No, when you bring Jesus in the midst and that light shines, baby, the demons will scatter. Okay, I truly feel and believe in that. All right, so let's take a look at one of her last videos that she did 2 days ago. And she said she was already going to take a break. Okay. But y'all don't think this is the break that she was looking for.
Take a couple days off because my brain needs a rest after the last couple of days. Now we know for sure that there was storage in the bow of the boat. All right, so now at this point, I am pretty sure that the Triton was there all day. They didn't switch out the boats. And I'm also pretty certain at this point that this is a real video because there's one single frame where you can see Bart's boat and you can also see the toes of somebody like dangling them off the water. So if the picture or video were AI, it would be a really bizarre thing for it to just kind of throw in. But there's zero question in my mind that this video has been altered. So then the question becomes, why would they alter this video? And the only thing that logically makes sense to me is to alter the identity of the two girls. Because if Carter is the boy in red, Wyatt is the boy in the American shorts, Bart's brother Brooke being the one in the navy blue shorts, and then Ike being the one in the teal shorts. Then we've got Warren up here with somebody in this red striped swimsuit and the girl in the teal swimsuit with the backwards hat. So in this picture, this would be Brooks, this would be Ike, this would be Wyatt, this would be Warren, which would leave this to be Carter. Now, whoever this is seems to be very cuddly with Carter. Like too cuddly, in my opinion, for it to be like a mother or a family member. Thinking about it a lot from the timeline that we have been told. And what we haven't really been factoring in again is the party. Because remember, Warren said he went to the party, but instead of talking with all of his friends, he went upstairs to go talk with his girlfriend's dad. Now, those families are tight. So if that dad of Ava, if that conversation with the dad didn't happen, then they would automatically know that they were lying. So I've been saying for a while that the girl was somehow involved. And mind you, everybody's back on land now. They're getting ready to do the fireworks and everybody's swimming and drinking still, blah, blah, blah. So what's the excuse for no pictures at that party? They've explained it all away during the day, but at this point, they're all just being teenagers and having fun again, right? So I'm thinking that the brunette girl is Ava, the girl whose house they went to. And she's pretty close with Warren and the Pyrone family.
And they're full speed running. And then after that, I didn't see them anymore. I think you were on the boat. You start from there? Yeah, so after we planed off, Wyatt kept the boat pinned the whole way in. We ran into the mouth of Fort Bayou, where we came from originally. And we turned into Fort Bayou, went in the channel, ran probably 500, 600 yards into Fort Bayou. Wyatt had jumped out of the boat, put the plug back in the boat so access water. So water didn't keep pushing and filling back the boat.
According to their own words, they went into the mouth and then they turned and they went about 500-600 feet. Now, mind you, the party house is right around, but they go past it and then loop back around. However, Warren just admitted that at some point they had to stop and Wyatt jumped in. Even then, you heard him stuttering over the story. Like it wasn't a smooth transition because I think they dropped her off. Would explain why they would go back to this party, because obviously they can't cancel the party. That looks really suspicious. Then my theory has always been that the guys all like broke off and like talked to the parents about what was going on, and that's when they formulated their whole we'll call her and then we'll call the Coast Guard plan. Remember, she is related somehow, I can't figure out, but she is related through marriage to the lieutenant that wrote up the very initial report we've seen. Because remember how Morgan claimed that the picture of the boat stuff?
Y'all see how she even called she called out the lieutenant who wrote up that report, y'all, and showed a connection. They did not like that because then, y'all, you have him writing up the report, okay? Then notice that dispatch audio came out about the police heading over to Judge AC's house. All of that is connected. She was exposing a lot of this, okay? So I want y'all to clock that. Shout out to Smiley. Welcome to the Open Book members. You were already family, but now you are a member.
Was circulating around Snapchat and stuff, even though Christine didn't post it to her Facebook page until the next day. Listen to this.
His mom was, what was he wearing? And so we were trying to remember what color his shorts were. We couldn't quite figure that out. I said black. Yeah, I think we said black. I really did. He was wearing navy blue shorts. Yeah, it was like dark blue shorts. Dark. I just said black because I was trying to piece everything together and help out. And so at this point, we're freaking out. We don't know where our friend's at. And the girl that...
Wait, he was trying to ace it. wait a second. Y'all got to listen to Warren's verbiage here. And talking about we were trying to, I want y'all to pay attention because that stood out to me the other day when I listened to this again. Pay attention how they're describing this moment. It's almost like it was being put out because remember, he was supposedly speaking to the Coast Guard man. Okay. The color shorts was wrong. And that person also said heavily intoxicated. Okay. So I think all this, we thinking he asleep on the couch, that he been drinking. All of that was strategic, in my opinion. But listen to how they're trying to get this whole photo thing together.
Report we've seen. Because remember how Morgan claimed that the picture of the boat stuff was circulating around Snapchat and stuff, even though Christine didn't post it to her Facebook page until the next day. Listen to this.
His mom was, what was he wearing? And so we were trying to remember what color his shorts were. We couldn't quite figure that out. I said black. Yeah, I think we said black. I really did. He was wearing navy blue shorts. Yeah, it was like dark blue shorts. Dark. I just said black because I was trying to piece everything together and help out. And so at this point, we're freaking out. We don't know where our friend's at. And the girl that took the picture, she was like, okay, well, I just took this picture of today. This is what color swim trunks he was wearing. And his mom asked for that to post on Facebook to say, if you've seen him, whatever, this is what he was wearing.
So remember, the girl who took the picture with the digital camera was on Wyatt's boat at the beginning of the day and then was there with them at night when they were having this discussion. So she had to have been there at the beginning and at the party at the very least. Then we remembered that the original shorts picture, well, that wasn't the color of his shorts, as we now know. So we also know for a fact that this picture did not get sent to Christine until July 5th, meaning that they had to have had that picture and then not sent it to her for hours. Because they also said this.
And so that's what we sent to her, or that's what she sent to her, because we were just trying.
So they corrected themselves. He said, we sent it. No, she sent it. And on July 5th, Christine said that they have been up for almost 48 hours.
So to me, what that gives is y'all all talked about this and how you gonna fix it. Okay. If the girl was there in the beginning and at the end when they're all talking about this, now he's saying we, what do you mean we? I thought this girl just talked to Christine out of nowhere. Okay. Yeah, we haven't heard from Wyatt yet. Out of nowhere, the way it came across that, it was put out that there were black shorts out there. And then all of a sudden a girl saw her saying black shorts and she was like, she sent me a picture. Remember Christine said the girl sent me a picture because she wanted me to see what color shorts Nolan had on. Now, if y'all think back to Christine's post during that time when all of this started happening, y'all, I think those posts are the people who were getting info to Christine. I think they were doing it on purpose. That's just my thoughts, because she had some people saying, Nolan's back. She had to keep correcting stuff. I think they were trying to throw things out there to confuse the situation. Okay, now in hindsight, looking back to those moments, if y'all go back to her post on Facebook when all of this started happening, she said people were saying all this different stuff. He's back. And then she's like, no, he's not back. It's showing that he's back on land, but he's not. He's still missing. Oh no, his shorts were not black. They were blue. I think they were trying to get things confused in the beginning. Now we're hearing him talk about we what? I didn't even know that y'all were a part of the decision for her to send that to Christine. So that also makes me think that y'all got together to talk about this. Then you have Warren up there calling her. So how much in depth did y'all go with this conversation? Okay. See how little things slip out. And then you're like, wait a second. Okay. Let's see. OB, I'm in Southeast Asia right now. It's almost 10:30 p.m. Tuesday. Oh my God. SoCal, thank you so much for tapping in. Look, it's all the way the nighttime there, y'all. Okay, we're just waking up. Thank you so much for listening to us as you go to bed, which means it was covered from the beginning. Right, Irma Clockett. Okay, trying to figure out something that you clearly have evidence of in somebody of the 300 people that was out there. Exactly. I found it strange that law enforcement and Ben Crump didn't let dogs search all the boats. I mean, y'all, I'm still confused on that. I still don't understand why they just didn't do that and what being Crump has to do with somebody else's boat. Like, that part doesn't make sense to me. Y'all gonna have to make that make sense because it's not adding up. Look what SWAT said in the comment. Let me see. Yes, I mentioned that the other day. Yes, y'all better clock it. Wouldn't all his friends with a thorough investigation in case of foul play, especially if they left him behind? Yeah, they would want that if they really want to know what happened to Nolan. Now, why all this for an accidental drowning? Exactly. Yes, Irma, to cause reasonable doubt. This girl might be Ava. They playing games, and how do y'all get light blue and black confused? That part, Angel. That damn it, Homer, he going back to school. He left his buddy and them here to deal with this, and Wyatt's still in the bushes. He haven't said anything yet. Okay, she said, and I have a juris doctor, T.D. Tater, hasn't given any relevant evidence. Nope, he hasn't, about anything regarding this incident. Just cashing in, clock it. I agree, because he hasn't shown any evidence. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he could tell anyone to search anybody's boat. They need to do that on their own. Okay. Hey, Leah, but this is given y'all were in talks about all of this when we hear we.
Hours straight, and then the very next post above it are the same pictures but better quality. Why did it take so long to get these pictures to them? Oh, and y'all, now that I said that, I realize, so all of these pictures had to come from the same digital camera, right? Meaning this picture did as well. And since I've already proven that this picture had used AI to do something weird because, there was no little bar here. Only explanation for using AI on just this little part would be to obscure the reflection that was in this pole of the person who was taking the video, or the pictures. Oh my God, yes. That makes sense. Yeah. Love it when I figure that stuff out.
That there, genius. I never would have thought about that. Okay, because if it was in its original form, we would be able to see yet another person, another alleged witness that would have been involved, as you know, in this situation. Because now when you put it through AI, it removed the reflection off of that pole. Because now we don't know who took the picture. Okay, we don't know. Yes, Tabitha, I can see you, sis. Am I skipping it? Now, sometimes, y'all, I may skip it if the comments are going too fast. But I can see you, sis, to explain, I think it was the Navy people. It's given premeditated. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand joining in hand, the wicked should not go unpunished. Right, but the righteous shall be delivered. You better say it. Yeah, how y'all get the pictures developed so fast? I need to know more about this camera. I agree, Tootie. We need to know more about this camera. What type of camera is it? Now, some of them have the machine where you can put the camera on top of it and it just automatically prints out the photo. I don't know. Now, maybe it's a high-tech camera where it can, you don't have to print it. You can just shoot it over to a phone number or an email. Could be that way as well. Grand Rising D Brown, thank you for joining. Okay, I've heard about that. Big day tomorrow, Nolan's birthday. Yes. Okay, he was your grandson's college teammate. Wow, Cham. So you may know a lot about this. Okay. And for the judge and her son, if your son was cool with Nolan, like he said, you say both of y'all should have been at that funeral. Exactly. Shout out to Leah for the super sticker and for being a sponsor today. Okay, it was a digital camera. That's what I'm thinking. Now, with those digital cameras, they can send that, right, y'all? I don't know how that works. I don't have one of those. My mom used to have the one that you would put on the little machine and it prints it out for you. But I don't know if it automatically you can shoot it over to a phone or an email. I believe Cajun Navy is more deeply involved. Could have been their home. Hey, I don't know. Now hey, Irma, I was side on him in the beginning. Not the Josh one, but that Brian one. Okay, it sounded like a little digital camera. Nolan just looked like the nicest man from what I've seen. The whole thing breaks my heart, and I'm angry. Mississippi being Mississippi, you better say it. Okay, hey, Miss Nari, welcome. Or is it Nari? I hope I'm saying it correctly. Some can send, but some require Wi-Fi. See, Beautiful Dreamer, they probably had to do that when they got back, though. She probably could not send it from Horn Island. If the camera is Android or Apple, it probably can be sent. Got you. Okay. Okay, got y'all. I was just wondering. Happy birthday, Paul. Today is my birthday. Y'all wish Paul a happy birthday in the chat.
Real time for you on camera. So it makes sense to me that this photo video thing was altered to cover up this girl's swimsuit. Because let's face it, this swimsuit is the ugliest thing. It has like supposedly like sleeves and it's a tankini, but it goes like in a weird cut, but it's ugly. It's ugly and it's clearly not what these debutante beauty queen girls are wearing to a 4th of July beach party. So I'm like 70% sure that this is Ava. Oh wait, oh my God. Wait a second. Shown y'all guys before that there's 4 boats out here in this little cluster, right? But I'm looking at these weird pink lumps and stuff at the front of the boat, Bart's boat here. Is that a pile of life vests? Because I'm realizing there's not 20, 30 people on all of these boats. Like I'm seeing 10, 12 people here tops. Let's not forget what a full house looks like on these boats. Because even in this video at the meetup place, there's not 20, 30 people getting ready to get on these boats. I mean, the boat left at 9:56, according to the GPS. We got like 7, 8 people here, like 6 people here. And also, if they were legitimately needing to be towed and they were trying to get the water to run off, why are they all spread out on the boat? Why are they on the boat in general? Why didn't they just get off on land or get on another boat? Trying to get the boat to tip up and go planing. Why do you have over half the boat on the front of the boat? These are experienced fucking fishermen. They know better than that. Yeah, I can't believe I've never thought of that before. If the boat was sinking, why are they even on the fucking boat? Yeah, and if it was so common and so easy to get, rides back with other people, strangers on Horn Island, why did they need to load everybody on the boat? Or were they yelling at Nolan to get on the boat? They didn't need to get him on the boat. And now that I'm looking at this, doesn't it look like Warren is on the phone? Could this have been when he was calling his mom 8 times? Also, one more thing that stuck out to me.
We called law enforcement. I was with Wyatt at the time after we left Jackson's house that night. I was with Wyatt and one person we were with saw that their location was headed towards Wyatt's house. And so Wyatt got on the phone with 911 and was like, hey, these people are on the way to my house or already at my house. My mom and my dad are there alone and they know nothing about this.
He stumbled over his words from beginning to end in that story, so I don't believe any of it. But the one thing that sticks out to me was the phrasing, they don't know anything about this. If people are heading over to your house, why wouldn't you call your mom and dad before you called 911? Because it sounded like he was trying to keep his parents out of the loop of this story, which as a teenage boy implies that you have something to hide. Just a lot of different things to think about, right? All right, after this, I'm probably going to take a couple days off because my brain needs a rest.
That was her last video, y'all, that she did, okay? Now, make sure y'all tap into her new channel. Let's see here. Let me put it into the chat on TikTok, okay? Because she may get it back. I don't know how this works over there, but I'm going to put her new one in there. So make sure y'all subscribe. It's Nerdy Pink Panda 00. Okay. She was making a lot of big, like uncovering big moves, uncovering a lot of things. Also, what I'm going to put into the chat is she has a GoFundMe set up, but this has already been set up. But she's added, oh, you know what, y'all? Look, let me share this because she's added to her GoFundMe description. Okay. She does, in my opinion, she did a lot of leg work in this case. They need to give us some of that 175,000, child. But she had a goal of 16,000. She's almost there, $14,897. Now, let's take a look at what the story says. She says, J Megan, aka Nerdy Pink Panda, has been banned from TikTok for my activism efforts, and now I am no longer able to afford my dog Bonnie's medical bills, who is in cardiac failure and being kept alive by her medication. I understand that we are living in scary times and any little bit is greatly appreciated. She is the only one I worry about. Oh, wow, y'all. So see, that's how this affects people, not just her, but she's taking care of an ill dog, and she had already had this GoFundMe. So when you lose a stream of your income that she's probably, getting from TikTok, that affects her pockets. Therefore, it may affect her getting the medication for her dog. And it seems like she really, really loves that dog. So for any of you, no one is forcing anyone. I am going to share her GoFundMe because I value the work that she did and that she will continue to do. I think she will still, from her new channel, try to cover some things. So I just want to help in any way. And if sharing her channel, sharing her GoFundMe helps, hey, let's do it. Okay. And hopefully they'll give her a portion of that $175,000 for the work that she's done. Okay. Yeah, hopefully they don't shut the other one down, child. Oh my gosh. But I did put those two things into the chat for you all. Secret Sam told her he had a direct number to talk to Crump Team when she was on his channel. So hopefully she reached out to them. Yes. I do remember that. It's crazy how our First Amendment rights are being attacked. Right. I hope so too. Now, this will be the time that, hey, that would be very helpful for her. Some paid interviews. Yes, that's very helpful as well. All right. So, y'all, moving on to our last topic now. We have another character unlock, y'all. Somebody asked me this yesterday. Do I think it'll be more characters in this? Well, I told y'all yesterday, I think so. Lo and behold, I wake up to IG, y'all. And there is a content creator, and y'all may know, called River_Amore, okay, that has shared with us. Now I feel like where Nerdy Pink Panda walked, okay, so that River could run. Because he's now picking up on some other clues in those photos that Katie has shared, okay? Y'all, this here, oh my God, I don't even know who this woman is, y'all. But if this is her, she would have been on the boat with Katie. Yes, she said not another character, yes. And now with another character is another potential witness. So let's get into his video. Y'all hit the like button. It is for free. Let everyone know we are live. All right, here we go.
Nolan Wells case. So you cover her face, Katie, and I can tell who it is. But let's break it down. She posted this July 4, 2026 at 5:24 p.m. So that means that this girl has to be on Katie McCormick's boat, aka her brother's boat. As you can see, her bathing suit has a multicolored light blue, dark blue, white, light blue, dark blue. Well, I'll be damned, so does Tegan's. Now, of course, this is allegedly if Tegan was even there July 4, 2026 at Horn Island on Katie's boat, aka her brother's. But if you look right here, the heart necklace, as you can see, it's shiny and it's kind of opalish. So if it was from a side view of it, allegedly, I would believe this is what it would appear like. So now let's go to the hair. As you can see, it's braided down with a rubber band on it. Well, dang, this girl right here, hair braided down with a rubber band on it. Kind of appears tannish. Oh, wow, so does hers. I don't even know if the Wells family knows your name due to your face being covered up in the photographic proof. So I just want to say thank you to my followers because allegedly this looks like the girl, right? Look at the earring, this one little pearl. You look right here, a little pearl. Now, Tegan, if this allegedly is you, we just want your side of the story. We just want to know if Nolan got on the boat with Katie or if Nolan went back with his friends. Update on the Nolan Wells case. Okay. So you cover her face, Katie.
So look, Katie, okay, my thing is, girl, why did you share these pictures? Okay. Why did you share these pictures? At this point, the whole Ocean Springs is implicated, right? Because was Katie trying to give us some little clues? Because she did cover the girl's face up. Now, like he said, Christine or someone in that town would know that girl. Okay, possibly. Definitely the kids. But what this does show is there's another potential witness that can confirm whether Nolan was on that boat or not. Okay, and remember, Nerdy Pink Panda has already exposed some of the other people on that boat. Okay, so that's something to think about. Oh, yes, I love him. He's doing the most too. Yes, he is too. Right, Ann? Okay. Hey, Patrice, welcome. So whoever this new girl is, y'all, now that she's been exposed, is she going to come forward? We need someone to come forward with some details and some more information about what happened to Nolan Wells. Okay. Has it been said how Nolan got to the island and who he came with? You know what, Beauty Forever? That has been one of my questions. Okay. How did Nolan, now, as far as boats from the dock to Horn Island was allegedly on Wyatt's boat. Now, we haven't gotten a full list of the names. Warren was not on the boat going, but ironically, he was on the boat coming back, okay, on Wyatt's boat. I wanted to know, how did he get from the house to the boat dock? Now, at first, Warren said Nolan was not with him when they went to McDonald's and so forth. But then at one point during the interview, this latest one, he said that Nolan was with him. I said, wait a second. I thought he said Nolan wasn't with him. So did he ever go back to the house and pick Nolan up? Like, what was that about? Okay. So that was just something I thought about as well. Shout out to Irma for the gold coin. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Okay. So that's something to think about. I don't know how Nolan got to the boat dock that then took them to Horn Island. Very good question. Because who was he expected to go back with? That's something to think about. I bet they carpool in the truck to the dock with maybe an extra car. Possibly. That's a good thought. Okay. So y'all, we're gonna see where this goes because I've never heard of this girl's name. Okay. I don't know how she fits in, into all of this. But she definitely would have more information about this boat with Katie, who all was on that boat and so forth. The wrong questions have been asked by TD Ruckus, who put that red necklace on Nolan, and two, what people notoriously party at Horn Island. Because y'all, remember Warren said, or was it Warren or Jax? One of them said they had been to Horn Island 2 weeks before that. Okay, so if you think of the chain of events, 2 weeks before that, they were already out at Horn Island. A week before that, allegedly, they were at this so-called pool party at Evan's house. Remember, they're trying to get us to say that was on June 27th, okay? And then a week after that, they go to Horn Island again, and this time Nolan ends up dead. Well, what happened at that pool party on the 27th? Because there was tension there. And if the story to the pool party is correct, okay, and also Nerdy Pink Panda, y'all said there was a birthday party, a joint birthday party for who was it with the mayor there? Y'all remember that joint pool, not a pool party, but a joint birthday party that was also taking place leading up to this July 4th. I think it was for some kids, two of the kids. I don't remember the names of the two of the kids, but she exposed that too. And the mayor was at that party. Okay, so those are things to think about. They're leading up to this. Okay, the college students were in town. Okay, the Simpson man came into town. But then, like I said, if he is there on the 4th, okay, was he there 2 weekends in a row? Well, on the 27th, if we're going to say that pool party was on the 27th, there was a big FCA camp in Wyoming at his college. They need to check those rosters and volunteer lists to see if he was in attendance there. If he was in attendance there, then y'all lying about that pool party being on the 27th because he can't be there and in a pool at the same time. Okay. Or if you're going to say that the pool party was on the 27th, you're saying that the Simpson man came to the pool party on the 27th and he came back the next weekend on the 4th. Because we can verify he was there on the 4th. Okay, we hear his name all up in the car. You told him to take his boat and all of that. Even his dad had a picture of the boat. Okay, so what's the deal? Why was there so much going back to Horn Island? What happened the other time while y'all were there too? Okay, so I don't know. Have you seen the pic of Nolan and the boys where Nolan had on the light blue shorts, white long sleeve boy, and you could clearly see the sun setting in the background. I haven't seen that, Greg. That's what I meant to say. The doc. Oh, you're welcome. No, I kind of thought that's what you were saying. No, beautiful dream. I don't even want to put none of that out. I don't know. I've heard, that out there, but I'm not even touching that. I think Warren's little brother, Ike, and the party was at the judge's house. Was it the judge's house? Y'all, I don't want to misspeak on that. I'm gonna have to go back and find that video. But now I don't know if I'm gonna have to go through my lives because they took that channel down that she had. But it was a birthday party because she touched on it twice. And she showed that the mayor was in attendance at that birthday party, but it was a joint party for two of these kids. And I said, so you got this joint party going on. You got a pool party going on. Then you got another, y'all going back to Horn Island. Y'all already went to Horn Island. Then y'all supposedly had another pool party on the 4th. Too much going on. Okay. Too much going on. People were like, were they planning it during that time? Okay, come on now. Hey, Erica. SD card can be removed, copy from a digital camera to a computer and then sent. Okay, thank you, Dance Fan. Thank you for clarifying. Because if Nolan didn't drive, then how did he get there? That's what I want to know, Beauty Forever. I've been asking that question. Morgan and Carter are Warren's brothers. Ike is Wyatt's brother, and Brooks is Fart's brother. Yes, got you. Okay. The striped swimsuit belongs to somebody's mother. That's what I heard. Was it Ava and Eric? Okay, K Prophet. Could have been. Because that's what I was trying to remember. You may have a point there. Okay, Ava and Eric. You have Greg. Man, and they took that video. I would have to go through my videos because I did show it. I hope the truth comes out right. Morgan, Carter, and Ike are Warren's little brothers. No, Ike is Wyatt's brother. It was called like a white party. Yes. Right, Phenomenal Scorpio. Boat dock parking is usual. Well, they were at the grandparents' house. That striped swimsuit from the stage photo was bought at Kmart in 19. Wait a minute, are you joking or are you serious? I haven't heard Kmart in forever. Casey said what's scary is being around people that you believe are your friends, but these friends will unalive you and participate in the cover-up. You better say that again. Okay, to see that pic, the pic proves Nolan was alive after 3 to 5 p.m. with the sunset. Gotcha. Okay, Greg. I miss Kmart too, child. Oh my goodness. One thing I love about our technology, it does not go away when you delete something. You better say it. Okay, because they may think it was. But like I said yesterday too, y'all, in the beginning of this, we got to consider, okay, they had never had this happen to them where you have content creators, you have news media breaking these stories down. I feel like they thought, oh, this is going to be an accidental drowning, business as usual. Okay. But when his parents, God being Crump and Reverend Al Sharpton, and started going around sharing the story of what happened and so forth, and social media got involved, mainstream media started taking it on, it threw them off their rocker. Okay. So some stuff that they were used to just getting away with, oh, let's just delete it. Let's just take out pictures. Let's just do this and it'll be over with, is catching them off guard. They're shocked that we're still talking about this today. They didn't expect that one day somebody was going to download that phone and go through that phone. They didn't think people were going to dissect their statements, okay, when all of this was happening, because it's been happening for so long that if we want to cover something up, we just cover something up and move on with life. No one is going to do anything about it, okay? Well, this time it didn't work the same way. They're scrambling, child. They're trying to do interviews. They're trying to throw people off, take people channels that's trying to get to the truth. And all of this is ridiculous. Okay. I don't believe Nolan was in a fight and something happened to him. You said you don't believe or you do believe? That striped swimsuit Warren's bio mom was wearing in a pic going around of her and Warren. Oh, okay. Let me see, Greg. How can I wait a second? So was that sunset pic the one? Hold on one second. Where he's on a swing? Is that the one? I'm gonna try to drop this into the chat. Is that the one you're talking about? Thank you for your patience. Okay. Let me see if I can drop it into the chat. Because I have a YouTube link. Used to work at Kmart. Y'all, Kmart had the best ices and popcorn. My son plays football at the University of Miami. They have time off. Let's see, when I need this chat to pop up, it won't. Okay. Hold on, Greg. Here, I'm going to put this link. And you could send it through that link. Okay, I just put it into the chat. Okay, let's see. 58, I love Kmart Blue Light Specials. They had a restaurant in there. Yes, they did. Mm-hmm. They messed with the wrong parents. Exactly. Shout out to Caramel Shell for the super chat and for being a sponsor. Let's see here. Let's see. Started as Untouchables, turned to Most Wanted. Okay. Girl. Okay, they got a real House Bros of Ocean Springs, child. A whole new show with the Officer Tater Tot. It messed them up. They already knew the step. Yes, Casey. They were not ready. Like Gramps, Jerry butt up too. he all involved. Okay. Let's see here. I kept saying this. Janice said I will keep saying this. If you supply alcohol to underage kids, it's a crime. And if a death occurred, that is a crime cover-up at its best. You're right, Janet. Now, you are definitely right about that. Like we was just going to take their word for it. We not our parents. Oh, okay. It's not the swing set. Oh, okay. I need to see that. Well, what scares me is people aren't upset that this could be them, defiled, debased, and defaced, and they would be one, okay with state action, or two, proud of Cash Patel. You better say it. I remember that, but was it Nolan? Oh, you remember seeing a picture? Okay. Yeah, they scrambling. It was red, not red and white. At the docks where Tater said they left from, but it's later in the day, like Greg is saying. Really? I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna be looking for that today. It seems like the white parents let their kids do anything. You silly. Hey, Bro J, yes, we about to get off. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back. We talked about a lot today. Lock him in his oxygen tank. Not the oxygen tank up. Okay. Wait a minute. Child, look, it's so many people. Oh, okay, Greg. I don't know if it's a little paper clip to attach a photo. I'm gonna look for it, y'all, and see if I can find it because I want to see what y'all talking about. There's so much. It really is. It really is, y'all. Oh my gosh. But y'all, that was pretty much all that we had for today's live. Make sure y'all tap into the live from yesterday. Kind of talked about this post, and some people said it was earlier on. A comment from some people that said that Javon was on their boat. I don't know, it's all alleged. I don't know how true that is, but We kind of went through that on yesterday's live as well. Shout out to the mods that were in the building on today. Thank you so much. Also, special shout out to the members that are lit up in green. If you want to become a member, they can drop the link in the chat. You get, if you're a 1 month member, you get a magnifying glass. But if you are longer than a month, you get a detective hat. So they want to call us the internet detective, Shaw. We got to dress for the part. Okay. Also, special shout out and thanks to all of the sponsors, Tebe, Cakes Bless, 5K Creations, Myron, is it Myron, Georgia Dogs, Myron GA Dogs, Des D, welcome as a new member, Smiley, Caramel Shell, Leah, Shine Like a Diamond, Irma, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Paul, and happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paul. Happy birthday to you. You know, sometimes I do my birthday little mini song. Okay, charge it to me being like wanting to be happy and just wishing you a birthday. Don't, think about my voice. Okay. Someone asked Tater, were you in Mississippi as a cop, an investigator, or a content creator? Either way, he broke the law. Yes, I'm a lawyer. Come on now. Beautiful Dreamer said there are many wonderful white families, but when the parents live fast and hard, the kids are along for the ride. That's in any race. You're right about that. Okay, get that clown. Yours is coming. Okay, you're going to have to come to the live now. Okay, so I can sing to you. When it's y'all birthday, y'all got to let me know, and you get a happy birthday shout out. Okay, now I'm going to try to figure out where this photo is. Greg trying to help me get to it. So what I'm going to do, y'all, check the community wall because I try to update you all. The members, y'all get separate notifications sometimes that we don't share publicly. But if it's something that we can talk about publicly and so forth, keep an eye out on the community wall. And I usually update and share things there. Thank you so much, beautiful dreamer. Also, and thank y'all so much. Tanya, thank you all so much. I love you all. Make sure y'all have a lovely day. Hit that like button. It is for free. Also, don't forget to hype up the video, subscribe, hit that bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.